And hello, my friends. Good morning and good afternoon, whoever's joining us. And this is the test 11123. If you have troubles with your sound, please type it in the chat section. It's right in front of me, so I'm looking at it. And check out, first of all, check out your device sound. That might be the #1 problem. And if it's very low, check out the lower left corner where you see this microphone icon. Click on the arrow up right next to it and then go audio settings. When you go in there, you will see two sliders. Just put both of them to the completely right. And welcome to Lighthouse Plein Air Festival, where I am hosting today a free demo. And I think this is the 8th one. And I've been there a couple of times. I think I was 6, maybe, and 4. It's kind of hard to remember now with all what's going on around here. So, but now we are in, and that is on East Coast of Florida. The painting I'm going to do today is also on the East Coast of Florida. It's in a fishing village, which called Port Salerno. Beautiful place, real fishing village, and that's where we are going today. So we're going to start painting in a second. But first of all, let's see. We have a few students already here, and we're going to stream. We're going to stream it on YouTube, so you can watch it also live on YouTube today. And so what we're going to start is, I already prepared my drawing today in the morning though, and we're just going to start painting. And what we're going to use, I'm going to use a quarter size Hammermill 140 pounds paper, and I'm going to to use also the paints over there is American Journey, the new paints I'm using, and I love them very much. So let me just highlight for you my top camera. Let me see, just like spotlight for everyone, and that's what we are going to do. So this fishing boat caught my eye. I was there. This photo was taken a couple of weeks ago. I was there on business trip, and of course, I visited this Port Salerno as soon as I was on East Coast of Florida, and everything is as usual. As you can see, all these fishing boats are in place. And the only one boat which caught my really eye in terms of the color was that blue boat with red, this kind of devices on the right. And that's what actually I find very attractive. So we're going to start painting this one. I'm going to keep it in front of me so you could see what's going on there. And the way it is, I'm going to point it to this. This my palette. I'm going to actually spray it with this kind of spray, wakey, okay. Actually, I was painting yesterday, but not much with this, so it's basically needs to be waked up. The brushes I'm going to use today, a couple of Kalinsky brushes here. I have 3 pointers, which made by Rosemary Brushes. And if you're in Europe, you can order them over there. It's Rosemary Brushes of Britain, but if you're in the United States, you can just call us, and we're going to, I can sell it to you from my website, so you can just go there and order them. As you can see, they're very pointy, and this is synthetic. Another synthetic fiber, white Taclon. And this is a sword brush. We're going to use it for the antennas and this and that and that. And that is also very pointy. And I just like to work with it very freely, so to speak. Okay. We have plenty of time to finish this painting, and I did not do a sketch this time. So what I just did draw it in the morning using, like, basically it took me 15 minutes to sketch this whole scenery over there. It's not very complicated. There is nothing at the bottom, and all action takes in the upper right corner right here with this boat, blue and red. I probably will omit a couple of these birds in the water, but I added a few over there, just probably 3, just for the, for the sake of sort of realism and the same of fun. so to speak. So that's what we're going to paint today. Again, if you have any questions, on the right you have a comment section. Let me see, and then I will keep an eye on that comment section, and I will try to answer your question if you have any. And hello Ali, hello, good morning, welcome to Lighthouse Art Center. Ali is an organizer and she is typing. This is a big event right now, and if you are on East Coast of Florida, you can visit. They have a wonderfully renovated gallery, as I know, and it's actually event is ongoing, and I think we have Ali like around 20 painters participating in the event. Yesterday I was painting outdoors. Actually, for the event, it's a plein air event, and it was fun. It was very windy though yesterday, so but somehow me and my easel, we did manage it. And Ali, I took photograph as you asked, so probably tonight I will send you 2 images for the competition actually. So and so let's start, my friends. Gabriel, good morning, Gabriel. San Diego, California. It's probably very early over there. Sound is good. I'm glad to hear that. And again, please post your questions there. 6 a.m. Okay, that's quite early. Let's see. So let's go start painting this. I'm going to start with this area and these boats using my, at this time, I'm going to use synthetic pointer. I'll call them pointers here. Okay, so when I paint, it's very important to have like napkins here and there. And this is, okay, I'll put my colors here, yellow ochre right here. And alizarin right here, okay. A little bit of cobalt blue right here. Okay, and that's how I'm going to start. Just very freely, very loose. We're going to barely paint it. A lot of water here. I'm going to mix right on paper red and blue, like this here, okay. And very, very transparent manner. Basically, I'm looking at the colors, try to mix the colors the way I see them. It is a very subjective sort of relationship between me and this image, because basically it looks like white, but I'm painting it all 3 colors. Primaries here and very light. And you see, I keep disregarding the posts and everything, painting right over everything here. Okay. Right over. Okay. And it's very, very light. So that's maybe a little bit warmer here, like this. Okay, there is a big building behind. Okay. A little bit more. And what do I see? I see there is more kind of light stuff over there. So, okay, there are some boats in the background. Also, very light, the picture was taken in the middle of the day, I remember. So it's not like a, you know, second half of the daylight or anything. It's just a regular day. There are no orange glow anywhere or anything like that. No golden hour, what I mean is. And so you see how light it is. Everything is kind of like this outline. Of course, I'm going to focus on this area so later with color probably. And so now I'm not doing sketch this time because I decided that this painting is going to be a sketch and I'm going to treat it accordingly. So I will try to paint something very loose, okay? And let me make some orange, a little bit darker for the boardwalk over here. Okay, a little bit darker, so we're going to, I'm just go all over this, and that it has the top and the side, okay, something like this. Now we can slightly darken this area, okay? And you see I'm going right through the posts and everything. So something like that. And the posts are actually are a little bit greener, so to speak. So I'll take my cobalt blue right into the yellow, okay? And I'm going to get something, I hope. I'm going to mix it here and see how it goes, how green it is. Yeah, I like it some kind of like this. So very loose. We're going to go right in. Okay, right in. It's just a kind of indication. And this is still wet, so, but that is really doesn't bother me much at this point. It's all right. I can just take care of it. As remember, I approaching this again, I repeat, as a sketch. So it's going to be a loose painting, okay? It's, I kind of try to stay away from the tightness. Okay, so that's my green, okay, again. Let's keep, we can start painting this. Let it dry a little bit so we can paint this area. And this, some of them, I noticed the taller ones are going to be closer to me, and the smaller one are going to be on the other side of the boardwalk here. So that is kind of interesting. What I could find out here looking just at this. If you look closer at the photograph, you'll notice the same pattern. And did you notice that these posts actually are getting warmer to the bottom? So that's what we're going to accentuate a little bit right here, a little bit warmer, not much, just some, you know, some kind of, maybe here, a little bit there, okay, like this. Okay, so we'll continue. Okay, this is still wet a little bit, so let's paint this couple of these ones. Let's just, okay, so do something like this. I even prefer to make it oranger than this, like red. This is way too red, so I'm going to mix my cad yellow and cad red, and cadmium red right here, and to make it slightly orange appearance, like maybe even, yeah, something like that, maybe something like that. And you see, it's very distressed area, so accuracy here is not going to help us a lot, and I would rather to stay again on that kind of loose presentation here. So we're going to clean it up slightly. I don't want that to go into the boat area. It's not a big deal though, but it's nevertheless. And so there is another one, okay, behind this. So this is behind one, shorter one. That's a behind this, okay. And this one is, they could be, I don't want to make them too intense color. Let me just fix this. And this whole thing is, again, let me just mix for my green here. It's kind of very green sometimes. Look at this. So we're going to vary it, and I think it's kind of wet on wet. We can add some, you know, look at this, to give it a little bit of that weathered look. And this one very green. Actually, I like it. It's good. It's closer to my focal. And then we have this. Okay, very loose presentation. No drama here, and I would like to stay. Now, this is a muffler, which is metal, and it's kind of orange, so let's just add the last one here, green one, right here, okay. And now we can, I already have that orange on my palette, so I'm going to add this right here, okay. Look at this, so. Again, the darks will be painted later. And I would like to clean this to keep it white. So something like that, a little bit orange. You see there is so much color. The wealth of color here is really unmistakable. That one I'm gonna omit here. There is another post over there. We need to take a break. You see I'm grouping them here, another group, and then there is kind of distribution like this. Let me take and turn on my fan a little bit higher so that it would dry fast everything. I have a fan above me. Let's put it on medium. Okay, that's gonna, and then there is another fan. In Florida, we entering a very kind of hot kind of period of time already. Okay, I'll put it on a small, that fan. Oh, I did shut it down. Okay, let me, very light. Okay, and so what we have here, okay, what we have here, we already painted a lot. So next thing, I'm going to paint the background here. So with this sky over there, which is a medium tone, much darker than white. So let me just clean up this whole thing. Clean my palette. And let me see. Goran Martinovic joined us from Budapest. This is nice. Hi, Goran. It's I've never been in Budapest. It's a wonderful city. One day I will visit it, and it's just like gorgeous, I heard. Let me see. So what we have now. Sound is good. Okay, try to visit the gallery. Rona writes us, try to visit the gallery, art center, Lighthouse Art Center. I went Monday and it's fabulous. Don't miss it, watching it. Lakeland, Florida, very nice, excellent. Of course, from Budapest it would be hard to actually visit, but maybe virtually you can join us. And if Ali can type the website of the event here, that would be really great. Yes, I am going to plan to go to Hungary. Okay, so let's paint the sky. Okay, so I'm going to use right here sky blue, what I call it. Okay, which is actually cerulean blue, and this is the paints I'm using, by the way. Okay, so American Journey, very nice big tube over here. So look at this. So I'm going to use, and they have quite a few clouds, my friends. So I'm going to try to paint some, not much because it's so busy already. Even the flat sky would do this in this case, but just for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to paint a few clouds here. And this is my cerulean. And you see, I paint quite a lot of it. I put it right here in order to do the job without trying to refill it. Sometimes I don't succeed because I think my palette has some kind of holes in it and the paint disappears all the time. So I'm not sure what's going on. And I will mix for my darks in this part of the palette. Look at this. Okay. I'm putting my indigo here, okay? And I'm going to use burnt sienna and dioxazine violet, mix it all together into some sort of darkish matter, which I'm going to use when I need to paint something dark, okay? So basically, it's a little bit chemistry involved here, you know, mixing cool and warm colors right here. Okay, so the sky. Okay, first of all, the sky is the clouds at the top, okay? The blue part comes to the horizon line here. And I'm going probably to make it slightly darker sky in this area, slightly light over there. So to draw in kind of like, you know, your eye towards this area, towards this corner. And so let's see. And the clouds are sort of kind of gray, warmer gray kind of appearance they have. So we're just going to use this, okay? And then I'm going to darken my blue slightly. Okay, using this and this. Okay, this is the dioxazine violet right here, so I'm just putting it right here. Okay, and that is pretty good. Okay, if I'll need to cheer it up, I'm going to use a little bit of cobalt turquoise right here. Okay, that's good. And so the next thing, what do we need to do is to start to paint the clouds, I would say. And so I'll look at this. I'll just put a little bit over there, okay? And you just paint the shape. I just painted the shape I like, and that's it. And then there is a little bit of that alizarin goes here, and I'm going to sort of put a little, you see that kind of color? A little bit there and there, okay? Not too busy. Then I'm going into the darker blue, and I'm just putting this right in, and you can go through the muffler, goes up to the point I'm painting this. It has a little elements there and there, white elements there. You can avoid them, or you can paint right through them, okay? So look at this. And faster, faster, faster. I forgot I turned on my fan on, so I need to really hurry up, otherwise my clouds will dry and they will never have this kind of pillowy look, so to speak, soft look, you know. Right now we're good, we're in time. And I would like to make it a little bit more cheerful with here, with, you see, a little hint of, I'm painting through the birds. Oh, my poor birds, overpainted by sky and everything. Look at this. So we're going to continue and finish the sky with very happy, on a happy notes of Mozart here, you see. It's a little bit crescendo over there, like kind of darker, and then there is ta 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 ta, and so I'm sorry for the sounds, I can't, sometimes I make this. And so we're going to ta 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 ta, finish the sky, and I'm looking at this picture. There are some boats, up to the boats, right through the tree lines, okay? And so there's a large, expensive boat I hope to buy one day, right here. And then we have ta ta ta, ta ta, and up to the sky. I think we've done it. Look at this. Nice, nice, very nice clouds. Then I'm getting my dark matter. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna change the angle of this board because everything is inclined right here. We don't want this darker. And before it's too late, I'm going to accentuate a little bit of darkness. Nothing special, just a little bit, just a little bit. You see, these clouds are sort of distressed a little bit. We have only in a part on the upper part of the sky, okay? And so don't overdo it. And everything should belong, so to speak. The only light area you see, I'm thinking, is this. And the rest is really, really, I even leave a little white spots over there because I was accused, your sky is so good. The guy is probably using airbrush. I heard you, yes. And that was in kind of attacks. I didn't like it. So, but anyway, so I'm leaving you these white spots. We can make white birds out of them, pelicans or whatever, you know. We'll see what we can do about them later. At this point, we'll just leave it the way it is. Oh, and that large boat over there. All right, okay, dokie. I'm looking at the screen. The colors are good. What you see is very good. I can zoom in for you to see it better. And that's what we are looking at right now here, the upper part. We're not done yet because, okay, there is a roof, there is building over there, and the boat is a little bit too dark maybe. No, it's okay. All right, so this needs to dry thoroughly and nice. And you see, I made the sky much quieter than it is because in this area I just wanted slightly darker than everything else. And I think it's pretty happy sky, kind of Florida sky. But there are no bright blues. As you can see, nothing really bright. Bright blue might go into this area, so we don't want to really, you know, some contradicted or competition to create between this and this. So that is actually how it's going to be. So let's zoom out at this point so we could see everything. And where is my picture? My picture is gone. It's right here. Okay, the picture. Please don't walk away. I'm going to probably, you know what? I'm going to I'm going to tape it to the table because it looks like it's very shy picture today. It's trying to hide, you know, from us somewhere. So let's see, masking tape. And we're going to just attach it right here. So next thing, I think the next thing obviously is going to be, what do you think is going to be the next thing? You can type me the answer because I need help. It's kind of 9 in the morning, you know. And I need your help. Let's do it collective job. So what would you paint next, my friends? Oh, first of all, we missed this. Remember, let's just, before it's too late, why won't we just try to, let me see, to make a green again. Okay, so, Vlad, you wiped everything out. Are you wasting, you kind of wasting your money, you know? Wiping your green out, making it, oops, and that's now it's a wrong green. You see, we're going to make it warmer green here. All right, hold on for a second. I'm adding yellow ochre to that to warm it up. And I think now we are good. Do, da, and it's done. I think that my posts are a little bit on a lighter side here, but we'll see. Actually, posts are actually not that dark. They are much lighter than the water behind. So let's keep it this way at this time. I don't see it as a big problem. Okay. Let's see. So what we're painting next? What do you, I'm loving, okay. Okay, you'll, thank you, Rona, but loving, the commentary doesn't help me. I don't know what to paint next. Shall it be water? Shall it be boat? Or maybe orange roof over there? I decided to make it large orange tile roof in the background. I think it's going to be, I got an answer, water, Carol. Thank you, Carol. No, trees. Okay, Carol corrected herself. Trees in the background. You know what? I think I'm going to paint the hull of the boat because it's actually pretty bright. So, and then I'm not wasting my blue in this area. You see what I mean? I paid money for this. So let me see. Oh, by the way, about the colors soon, I mean, American Journey is we're going to come up with this set of colors as a set. All right, so let's see what kind of color it is. Oops, I'm gonna detach it from my table and I'll just put it right here. I think it's cobalt turquoise, you see, but it's not exactly turquoise. We need to add cobalt blue. What do you think? Much closer, okay? Much closer, something like this. Now, this blue consists of two blues, one very light and another is, you see how distressed everything, the paint job is? I think this board is overdue with the paint is for a long time, but that's what we like as an artist. We like that kind of distress because it has sort of kind of nice warm feeling. I don't like to paint plastic boats, you know. I like to have one though, boom, you got me here, but I don't like to paint them. So I think that this color goes first, okay. It's sort of blue-green, okay. And then I will let it dry and scratch on top darker blue maybe to create a layered paint job, so to speak, old and new. Okay, so, and I'm thinking like, you know, maybe it's too light, maybe it's too green. Jesus, I doubt myself all the time. So we'll put a little cobalt right in, okay, and let it dry. So this is going to be two-layer job right here, I think. Vlad, but you said it's going to be very immediate, it's going to be very loose, blah, blah. Well, you know, nobody's perfect, right? So let's do it. Next, what we're painting next? I would say we need to paint water, but this is still very wet. So I think the orange roof and the trees finally over there would be a good candidates for the next job. So I'm going to white it out, and the roof is, if you look at the photograph, it has a little orange hint, and it's totally different thing. It's more contemporary, so to speak. It's a large, dark covered dock for the boats. I know what it is. On the opposite, I never been on the other side of this place, of this sound. But I would guess that it needs to be orange. I just want to make it too bright orange. I'll tame it with yellow ochre, okay, and see how it goes. I mean, is it orange enough? Is it red enough? If not, I'm going to add a little bit more red into that and just add it like this. You see, pam, pam, pam. And what's this? Oh, I think it's like I created large opening. You know what I mean? Here it's going to be darker. You can paint right over that. Okay, so, and nothing bright. It's just a hint of orange. It's going to lighten up when it will dry. Right now on your screen too, it's very bright. But I hope it's going to dry and lighten up. So this, I kind of need to overcompensate it slightly. Now, we're going to mix green for the, or gray for the trees in the background while it's drying one more time. I think this color is pretty nice here for the boat. You see what I mean? Like a first layer, I think it's good. We might want to, I think my watch died. I'm like, oh, somebody's calling me. My watch was vibrating and went blank. All right, so let's see. So what we're gonna do, I have some red. I don't want that red here for this. I'm going to put my cad yellow here, all right, and mix it with cobalt blue right here. And cad yellow, and this, and that is my green. You see, that's actually pretty close to what I have over there already. Remember, I painted the blue sky over the trees. So what does it mean? It's going to be a cooler version of this, and that is actually quite all right. I don't know, I just got it from this boom boom and done. Look at this. Maybe it's too close. I'm just trying to imagine this green over there. I think I would like to gray it out. So I'll put my cobalt blue right here, mixed with alizarin, okay? Okay, and just add it right here. You see, I'm graying it out even more, okay? So a little bit cobalt, a little bit cobalt, a little bit alizarin, violet, and I think that this is going to be better. We might go a little bit, you know, more cheerful over there, but it's not about the colors over there. The color is here. The rest is going to be so, but we're going to leave a little bit more cheerful green on the left side and the darker one on the right. So, okay, let's see any questions. No questions. Everybody fall asleep already. Ooh, now I can talk anything I want and do anything I want. Let me see. Let me just create this blue, cobalt blue alizarin thing. Okay, you see, and change my napkin. It's so saturated with water now. The new napkin right here. Okay, and I'm just trying to imagine. I don't see much green there though. You see, so it's going to be like this. Now there's a lot of things going on here. We have two options. We can use later. We can use our gouache, or we can use the scratching tool, which I'm not sure I have it. And let me just see closer what's there. There's not much there. All I know, it's a little bit, I don't need this anymore. All I know, I need a little bit lacy top, okay, for this thing. So maybe I should take actually a smaller brush instead of big one and just do this. Look at this. So I attach my brush and drag it, drag it, drag it. I think I overshoot, but nobody knows really how these trees tall are. So I'm going to, you see, attach my greens a little bit darker. And I have this emergency. If you need darker, you can just use this. Look at this, beautiful. Oh, so nice. We might spray it slightly, we might not, I don't know. There's a lot of boats over there. There is one boat right here. This is our boat here on the foreground. Okay, this is my head, right? You see blood, all I see is your head. And then we're going to, there are a couple of boats there, there is staccato of boats like this and solid this. And I'm going to darken it right here. Next, we keep going to the left, and it's easier, whatever it's easier. I could go around these white things, but I decided that it's not worth it, and so I'm going to, there is another, I enlarged the tree a little bit here, but I'm going around the muffler, this thing, big things, okay? Those I will avoid here because they're definitely lighter, okay? And so ta-ta-ta-ta, and we're going ta-ta-ta, and this is, okay, keep this roof, Vlad, okay? Carefully and nicely delineated right here, okay, ta-ta-ta-ta, look at this, nice, far away trees right here, okay, so this is good. And again, if you need to darken it, and I do, I'll just dump my, I call it emergency dark thing over there. Maybe a little, let's keep going, then we'll spray slightly. Usually I overspray, so I'll just let it sit for a while here, and then we have another one here, a distant line of trees, and look at these other palm trees. I'm gonna celebrate Florida palm tree, and you in Hungary don't have it, I guess, right? Look at this palm tree one, and so you would be jealous. I'll add another one, complete domination of palm trees here. So ta-ta-ta-ta, oh, isn't it something? Look at this, I think you can guess this is kind of a Florida paradise right now, okay? So let me see, ta-ta. Unusually warm weather, then that's kind of, you know, it's okay. And then we have this red, I'm switching to red again. I call it red, it's violet, Vlad. Like, Vlad, what are you talking about? What red? Well, it's redder compared to green, so it's gonna be red. Okay, so ta-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta. Look at that, all right. You see, lighter, if you will compare these two, it's going to be slightly lighter. And at the same time, we do have, if you look closer, we have a land somewhere here, a line of land. You see it? So that's how and I would like to actually do kind of a hole in between these two. You see? Take your time, just like no rush and no drama. So what I'm gonna do now is to take my sprayer here, you see, I put my hand like this, we don't wanna spray this, and soften this slightly. First I'll check, yes, it's loaded, and you see, just enough. Let's stop right there, we softened it. And then we're going to pick up the brush, pick up the image here, and keep going, all right? That's a large boat I soon gonna own is right here, not to miss. There is another boat. We can add another boat before it's too late. It's like kind of 1, 2. We're going to lower this one. It's going to be the base. And then we're going to put another boat. Why not? I mean, we can put as many boats as we want, and to kind of create a busy sense of marina over there, we're going to add another one. Okay. And then the trees are gone. Look at this, they're just gone. Okay. And that's it. Why won't we just not go this and click appear, disappear, and then reappear right here, okay? So I'm going my beautiful green, and I'm going to, again, start creating lacy tops here, you see, okay, like this, very easy. Did I forget something supposed to be here? I don't know. Too late. Too bad for you, post. Okay, all right, so we're going to just keep going like this. Wet on wet, do, add this and that. And I don't want you to see my head, I want you to see this. And then pom, and this is going to be the dock, the dry dock or whatever on this area. So we're going to paint it differently. Now, again, emergency dark. We want to slightly make darker here. There's so much going on. It just abandon every notion to repeat it. You have to, oh, this is the boat. Okay, so this is going to be like this. That's my future boat here. Okay, so I pay extra attention to this one. Okay, and that's good enough actually. That's pretty good. Oh, you see this tall one, the tall one right here? I think it would be a mistake to miss it. It's very nice addition. We can put it actually instead of this post. Look at this. We're gonna drag it right up. And you know, I'm an architect. We call it pencil stick. It's going to, and there is another one. Okay, so now we're in Italy. Bye bye Florida. Okay, this is going to be a lot of cypress trees like this, huh? Okay. Whatever you feel is right as an artist. I want to repeat, we have a license to cheat a little bit to the point until we like what we have. Now let's paint this. What it is, I don't know. It's kind of warmish. I'm not sure. Okay. The comment, you and Marina going to own that boat, right? Great to watch you paint tree line instead of chasing after you in the paint along. Look like the Key West tree line. Yeah, Key West, been them. A few events. I remember there was, what it's called, I forgot, on the Key West event. That was actually a very nice event there too. All right, what I'm gonna do is if I will have that boat, I'm gonna, of course, to sail to Key West. That's my #1 destination, okay? Now, because I'm such a bad captain, I have to hire someone. Otherwise, I'm gonna end up in Cuba in no time, be arrested, impounded, etc., all 9 yards. Look at this, I'm painting the structure right here. For some reason, I decided to go cooler. All right, and let me just give an impression of this complexity, or maybe later. Let me see. So this is a large opening. Usually they have like kind of large openings here, kind of, and then we're going like this and like this, something like. I'm going to create a sense of complexity using my emergency dark. I'm going to create some there is something there and there. There is so much is going on there, and that's it for now, okay? It has a lot of antennas there and there. It's kind of a little bit too bright. You see what I like about this paper? It doesn't eat paint. Again, it's Hammermühle 140-pound rough. And I painted it initially, and of course it's paled a little bit, but it's not that much, and so I don't have to really overcompensate and be bothered with this kind of phenomenon of watercolor too much. I'm just going to tame it now with gray a little bit on this side. Otherwise it looks like a little bit too much orange over there. I want our attention will be, so it would be there. Now next thing we're going to paint. Good question. I'm going to paint water, water. Well, it's not a bad idea, water, but before that, I think I'm going to address shadows here and here and here and here. That's going to be my next thing. And so the light, where the light comes from? I think the light comes right, definitely from the right, top right, okay? But it's almost right behind me. You see, we don't see difference between right and left much. We might try to enhance it slightly, but basically that's what it is. So I'm putting my cobalt blue right here. Oh, but you love Cuba, even. Yes, it's good to paint there. You see what I mean? It's so distressed, the Havana, that I mean, I think it's a mecca for an artist. Next time, if it will be open, just go there and paint there for a few days. You will love it. everything is falling apart. Old town, I mean, and it's really picturesque. It's really, really, really great to paint. You know, these old paintings of old masters, of ruins and something like that. Oh gosh, I'm playing with my zoom. Look at this. That is out, and this is in. Okay, look at this. This is so. I want to feel like you are right here, and you have all that possible angle of view. So, in fact, I have another camera. I'm going to show you. Now, imagine that you are standing right next to me, but on my left and looking at the painting from the top left. You see what I mean? So that is actually what some of my students who have a guts to approach me while I'm demonstrating. Oh, by the way, hold on, before, no, it's all bought, okay. They are just approached me, can I stay here and watch you up close instead of that mirror? And I said, yes, of course, but just give me an elbow room. And because you are giving me elbow rooms here, no problem. I don't feel like you are really, I'm going to try to show you that view too. And here we are, look at this. You are right here, look at this, you like almost 3-dimensional, and that's my hand, look, hey. So, switch, and let me adjust a little bit too bright, right this, that's a lamp here, you see, the whole table, interesting, isn't it? And this is palette, very 3-dimensional, nice, but Vlad, could you please go to the top? I see better top camera, here we are, okay. Again, the sun comes in out, the sun is coming out, and we get overexposed, so I'm going to darken slightly the Cuba. We were talking about the Cuba, all right? Wow, what can I tell you? Next time you can go paint there, but stay on the boat, okay? The boat has nicer food and nicer drinks, that's for sure. All right, so what we're going to do is mix for our grays, okay? For our grays right here, and so, and this is kind of warmer gray, I'm not sure why. Shall I just follow the photograph? All right, I need to relax and start painting loose and fast, but then I can finish it in the next 15 minutes, and then what we're gonna do, just talk? No, I'm gonna slow down the process. Okay, so what we're gonna do, I'm going to take care of this part. It has a few lines here, here. Is it too dark? It's beautiful color though, but I think it's a little bit too dark. So I'm gonna put some water in it, in that mix. And let me zoom in slightly because it's probably, that's what you wanna see here. And so what we're gonna do, what you gonna do, Vlad? Okay, so it's coming like that. Ta-ta, 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 ta-ta. There is another thing over there, and right under we're gonna paint this gray at this point, okay? Careful here, don't overpaint, okay? And I'm talking to myself right here, and then we have a window here, okay? I notice boats never look like boats until I paint windows there. So a little bit here, same gray, okay? A little bit there, a little bit there, something in the back, okay, as if there are a couple of boats over there, and that it's going down. You see all the same color. Some, I call it lavender color. We can make it even more lavender. Look, just put this cobalt blue and alizarin. Beautiful, okay. So, and then what we're gonna do, put a lot of water and just slightly, we're going to paint this area, okay. And I see some shadows here, okay, from some things. I see darker part here, okay. Some things, I see something darker here. It's a little bit cooler probably, but the boat is, I see darker here something. There's kind of shadow here, dun dun dun, a little bit like this, a little bit like this, a little bit like this, you see? Oh yeah, kind of like beautiful. Very nice colors, pleasing to the eye. Everything is so nice here. So at this point, we might ruin everything at the end, but at this point, everything is good. Now, this kind of white things, I'm gonna take a lot of water into my emergency on the warmer side and just, oh, it's still wet. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so something like that. Something like that. Destruction, we can paint now or we can paint later, that's all right. Let's leave this boat alone right now and go to this part. Basically with the same colors because I already have it, okay? So it has a couple of overhangs, one on this side. Such a small detail, and I'm squinting and I'm going right down here, and then it has ta-ta-ta-ta, and then has another part right here, so I'm going to fill it up. Okay, this is what process I call still a kind of coloring, you know what I mean? It's a little bit kind of, as you can see, filling in area. And then what do I have taken care of? And then this part, for some reason, is just, you know, I can leave it like this, okay? Vlad, when are you going? I mean, it's all nice and everything and tidy, but when are you going to paint water? For God's sake, tell me. Just soon, hold on. We're going to water very soon. Okay, what else here? Okay, ta-ta, ta-ta. It's very dark something. Okay, I overpainted it. Let me just, ta-ta, we can take care of this now. Okay, goes up to this. There's something there. And then we're going to take care of this later, of these darks over there. Nice. Next, what we're going to do. The boat itself is kind of dirty brown, which I already have here. Look, we're going to, I need to restore my emergency. Let me zoom out to show you. Hold on. You probably want to see my palette. I always say, like, if you want to learn from painter or some, I'd rather see his palette rather than the, so you see I created the dirty brown right there, but with a lot of water though. I'm going right in over this one. It's darker, okay, and maybe browner, maybe a little bit like more color here. You see, we're going like this, cast shadow here, and like, I think it's kind of lower, you know, the boot, maybe I should increase the, yep. So this is going to be the edge. And so it goes here, okay, and we're good now. That's how it works. And then we have what? We have here also darker part, just like this and like this. Oh, it's going to be gorgeous painting. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're going to something like very loose, fill it in. I think it's time for water now, right? Okay. Whew. Now we can take a break now. What is it now? I don't have, okay, I have time. Almost 10 o'clock, it's 1 hour to go. Why won't we paint water and take a 5-minute coffee break, okay? So what I'm gonna do now is to mix for the water here. So I'm going to take my blue, again the violet is here. I'm squinting and the water is kind of mid-gray here, going dark over there. So what we're gonna do, remix emergency. I'm using my Kalinsky right now brush, which is on smaller side. It's no longer the, and this is my darks, okay. Now there is a kind of hint of green over gray there, so that's kind of, I'm gonna keep this I'm not gonna copy water just like, you know, to show you how good I am at the water, painting water, because I find it a little bit silly. It's just impression of water. It's that's what it counts, I think, and so that's what we're gonna create here. So this is going to be like this, and this. Let's tame it slightly. Okay, and that's, I think it's going to be a little bit more like this. And at the same time, I don't want to really create this kind of very blue water. It's going to be gray, but darker than this. So let me just warm it up this. Like, I'm pulling myself back and I'm kind of asking myself a question. What kind of water I want to see? Is it like, you know, I'm not trying to create a postcard here. I would try to make it a nice painterly kind of painting, which is really, really, really attractive in terms of the truthfulness of darks and lights. And that's what I am after here. So I'm not really, but at the same time, I need to make water fairly dark. So I'm gonna test here, okay? And I think that's what it is. That kind of grayness without that cheap blue, you know, water. Look, mommy, the water is blue. Okay, that is not the way we actually approach things, because it's, and so we can do this effect. I'm not master of effects, but it's going to be effect of shimmering water in this area. And I need to now to go and start painting it darker already here, okay? Let me just, the water must be blue, right? Okay, so what we're gonna do now is to darken this area, okay? And then we can do shimmering area here too. Let me just, Kalinskis are not good for shimmering stuff. We're going to do it with, I switch to the synthetic pointers here. Okay, faster, Vlad. Okay, talking to myself. Papa. Something like that over there. And I'm just like, the worst thing I can do is to make it too much light. So I'd rather make a mistake on a darker side here. So I'm dumping dark something here, okay? There should be bridge there, there's nothing. At the boat, I'm sorry. Okay, so something like that, okay? I think that's exactly what I want. Next, I'm going to take a bigger, I need actually synthetic brush, let me see, which is number 14 right now. I'm holding here, and I need to restore this warmer side of this. Okay, like this. Okay, so I need to keep it as simple as possible. Okay, so ta-ta-ta, and ta-ta-ta, and ta-ta-ta. Okay, and we're going to make it like this. It's gonna lighten up, I think, slightly. At the same time, I feel like I need to bring a little bit that green. We can paint this over because it's dark, except there is a crossbar, which is very nice here. And we're going to paint it like this. Let me get new napkin, hold on. Ta-ta. Soon I'm gonna stop my jokes and start crying here, I feel. Okay, so ta-ta, ta-da-da-da-ta-ta, like this, okay? Let's, I removed this slightly, it needs to be restored. Nice, okay, and then a little bit of cobalt turquoise. We're gonna dump it slightly here into this area. And then I need now to switch to bigger brush. This is Kalinsky. It's the same size of the brush, but it's just, and then what we're gonna do is to, we're going to start putting this color in. Okay, like this. And then what we're gonna do, I see there is a lot of warm color in this area. You see, that's what it's truthful, I think, representation of what. I'm not sure yet how it will go, but so far so good. All right, so next, we're going to slightly increase the darker tone of water here in this area. So I'm mixing on the fly. I try to mix on the fly my water, which is kind of cool gray or something, you know. So we're going to do, I like this orange here. And we can go and just darken this too simultaneously. And I'm going to, and this is too, oh, like this, yeah. And then we're going to do this, okay. And I'm gonna finish it with this, okay. Next, before it's too late, okay, I'm gonna clean this part of the palette, okay, and going to address the red reflections here and this very sort of blue part of this. So we're going to, let me just clean it up slightly. Too much water accumulated on my palette at this point, so I need to quickly, and let me just shut down my fan. Okay. Next, I'm going to refill this emergency of mine right here. Okay, and that has a lot of this and that. Okay, so it's going to be a warmer part, and I'm going now like this. Let me just make it more burnt sienna here, and and burnt sienna. No. Come on, get on the brush. Burnt sienna, you see? Okay, and then we're going to have a bit of this color here. Did you notice we're starting painting now with cobalt turquoise in this area? Look at this. Okay, there's a reflection. Cobalt turquoise to the rescue, right here. Pam, pam, pam. A little bit more in this area. Ta 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 ta. Like this. And before it's too late, we need to put some orange there. Let me just, this is too dull. This is good. That is good. Not too, and so you see I separated this thing slightly. Oh, not too late. Good. Okay, so ta 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 ta. I see even here a little bit some, and then another one. So it's going to be actually two of these red ones right here. You see? And so we actually need to stop right now. Oh no, we might want to also, you see what we're gonna do is to, before it's too late and the water is still wet, I'm loading this with this kind of burnt sienna browns things here. And I'm going to create reflections and ripple effect here. Look at this, from these things. And that is ta 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 ta. And this is pointy brush. This, you see, I'm using my synthetic brush. Oh, look at this. Don't overdo. Okay, stop it right there. At this point, you see how nice. Okay, and then what we have here? Anything else to add before it's too late? Anything else? There are some browns. I like this kind of, I don't know. I'm starting tinkering and I stop myself right now. Lord, stop it tinkering, just start painting. And I think we need to take a break at this point, my friends. So I declare with executive decision of mine 5-minute coffee break. Okay, so now is 10:06. At 10:11 we're going to continue. Have a good coffee, everybody. All right, and I'm back. I just added a few lines here. Okay, so so far so good. And as you can see, the coloring stage went very well. Everything sits, and so the next thing I'm thinking is to make a darker blue here. All right, so let's start. Did I turn my sound on? And let me check if you have any questions, my friends. Let me see. We give you elbow room and raise. Elbows to toast you, Rona. Toast to you. Mine is coffee, and my coffee is actually still preparing. Marina's gonna bring it soon. Fabulous. Thank you. Okay, so let's continue. Again, let me just clean my working space here. Too much water everywhere, splattered and this and that. Okay, so this is it. All right, so let's take care of this blue. All right, this is blue, which is much stronger. I'm not gonna really go that strong. For some reason, I feel that it's going to be this orange buoys right here on the side of the boat, which is going to be making big difference. And that blue and orange, I'm kind of, let's see. Okay, so I'm adding my cobalt blue right here, but it's not the color of cobalt blue. We need to mix it with turquoise. American Journey doesn't call it cobalt turquoise, they call it cobalt teal if you in this kind of things. So this is a teal, all right? And I think that this color is pretty good. It's a little bit too intense. I kind of want to tame it slightly, a little bit more teal and water. So let me see. Let me put my glasses on first because it's actually, so now I try to paint it like boom, bam, boom. But in this case, hold on. I'm gonna finish it in 15 minutes and I try to not to do this. Well, whatever, let's do it. Boom, bam, boom, bam. You see, nice. Okay, and then darker blue here, done, dry brushing, done, right here, okay, and soften it slightly with water, okay, so it's not just everywhere, and then a little bit teal, okay, and then nice. I'm not trying to really copy it, but boom, bam. Oh, thank you, Marina. And then I'm having darker line at the base here, boom. Look at this. I think it's enough, okay, for this side of the boat. I think it's enough. It could be enough. Okay, next over there. What we have here is very watered down blue. Dun, okay, and then little stronger in between, dun, and bam, boom, boom, bam, so to speak, okay? What about this? Maybe a little bit more. Okay, like this. And then water it down, okay? While it's drying, okay, let's jump into the background maybe. While it's drying, we need to finish this and then and that. Okay, so what do I have here? It actually has two. Maybe I need to add a darker line here that's kind of double roof, or maybe it's another boat behind, something like that. So it's kind of bothering me slightly. Okay, so and then what we have here, also we have a darker line here and here. Okay. We might add reflections here in this area, in this and here, to darken it, because it's actually pretty dark in this area. And this lighter area, you see, light area, is that kind of light things over there, basically. So the water consists of two parts, so it's not done really. So you would keep it in mind, okay? What else? Bam, bam, boom. We need to I'm cleaning my optics. I think it's kind of like a weird, very strange, fuzzy look. All right, so let's take care of these boats far away. So cobalt blue, alizarin. What percent of plein air, Gabriel asking, to studio time do you tend to do? Well, with this COVID thing is now much more indoors, much more indoors. It used to be 50-50, exactly 50-50 before all this COVID-19 happened. And right now, I think I try now. So the next, now this I painted already 2 plein airs during the week. Okay, so that was a lot. Before I had a workshop, plein air workshop. It's kind of picking up, you know. And next 2 weeks, I'm going to Atlanta to participate in another paint out. Okay, it's going to be a very fun event. So it's going to be another. So plein air is coming back for me. What else do we have here? All right, so I wanted to take care of these boats far away. Okay, so let me see. I actually have open somewhere my Photoshop, okay, image. So I'm going to slightly enlarge this Photoshop and see what's going on over there. All right, so basically it just has a few, let me see, it's actually 2 boats over there. Look at this. From one boat like this, I'm going to make it 2 boats here, break it right in the middle. And that is going to be 1, 2, 2 windows. You see, cast shadows. Another one. This a little lower. We can do it a 3rd one. Ta-ta. So there is a number of boats, and it could be lower one, donkey or something here. You see, ta-ta-ta. Okay, and it's kind of a little bit too. We need to paint it very light, very gentle. Sort of ta-ta-ta, just give an implication that there is something there. My future boat is here. Okay, we're going to just a few brush stroke, very loose ones. We need to, Vlad, you wish, I mean, what's about you and this boat? I mean, there's a love story, right? Not at all, not at all. Okay, and then there is a couple of windows, da-da. So while it's drying, and then we have some red, something there. So I'm using this cad red. I have another one, cad red light here. So we're going to use, and that comes from Lucas. And I'm working with, I'm working right now with, and there's a little red there. With Joe Miller to create that red. You see how much brighter this than this? That's a big deal, by the way, for me. I like these bright reds because it's so much easier to darken it, you know, rather than lighten up something else. Okay, so, and this is nice. And then what we're gonna do, we're going to accentuate everywhere. If you look at the photograph, the bases of the boats are kind of darker. They sit, that's why they sit kind of firmly on the water line here. You see, there is like kind of, so we're going to put a water line. Oh, this is not boats, it's kind of like this. Maybe here, okay, something like this. Ta-ta-ta-ta, okay. I think that's good enough, but it feels like something's missing here. I think I'm going to darken this part, maybe, not the top, but that kind of gray kind of. Let me just mix it better because it's become too cobalt blue. Maybe this part slightly, okay, just maybe this part slightly and this without painting the top though. Maybe even like this, okay, something like, okay, much better, okay, much more three-dimensional. And then something there will create like as if there is more boats over there, okay? Vlad, I'm so tired, this is so boring, I know. All right, let's just start painting. We're going from them, boom, bam, boom. So I'm going to put my blue here, burnt sienna right here, and this. Burnt umber maybe even. Okay, that's beautiful, dark gray. That is it. Okay. All right. And I'm going to start painting darker here. I wanted to paint this entrance to the dry dock. Remember, in the background, slightly darker. There is something darker there. I'm just saying now, more and more, I'm gonna say the word something, because in reality, it's not my intention to show you. I'm just like looking. Something there, okay? Something there, up to there, and there is not even up to this. There is kind of, it's going to be something there. Okay, this is darker slightly, and you see how my brush is loose and kind of unconspicuously, weirdly loose, so to speak, and then something there, and now I'm painting. I feel like I finally got to paint some things. And then I'm looking at it, I make this darker, could be darker, okay? And then I would say that we can actually darken this part, oops, not to this part, like this, okay? Like this, something like this. There is another boat there, I guess, something like this, okay? And maybe make it warmer slightly, okay, Are you making up some things? Yeah, probably, I don't know. Let me see, and then there is something here, okay? And then there is a darker line here from this point to kind of going this way, and then there is something dark here to the top of this. Okay, I don't know what it is. Look at this, huh? Interesting, right? So we're going to enhance this darker here, and let's soften this. I don't know what it is. It's just something softer. Okay, now there is a window there, so I'm going to, that's important. Remember I told you the boats will never look like the boats without these little windows, big or little one, doesn't matter. It just got to be there, okay, so, and that is about it, like look at this. So next I'm going to work a little bit here on my bridge, and you see what I'm doing here? It's going to go, I'm gonna go ahead and make it slightly darker on this side, okay, like this, and quite loose. You see how 3D, and I don't want to really go into detail, and so I'm softening it with water. All right, we're slowly moving this whole thing forward. Next, what do we have here? I'm gonna leave it alone for now and go to back to the boat. First of all, there is air. Let me just recreate my darks here. We're very close to finish, believe it or not. First of all, let's paint this red. So by the time, so I'm using this. You see how slowly I'm progressing the work with all that bravado, boom, bam, boom, a little bit like this, but it's everything. And I'm kind of oranging it with yellow ochre. So let's see. I think this is good. Okay, 1, 2. I leave a little sparkle of, a sparkle of light on the right side. You see that sparkle? That's actually important. And then another one here is going to be, and if you can make it dry brush, that's good. And then we're going to mix it with alizarin slightly and just hit it here slightly. Okay. And I'm gonna, I think that white is a little bit into my face, a little bit, so this one doesn't have one. Okay, and leave it alone. Okay, so now we're approaching this stage when it's kind of getting there. What else we have? What else? While it's drying, I'm going to start working in this area, darken it where needed. I don't need red though at this point, so I'm going to do this, close it and take it away. So I have this, my dark browns, which I mixed right there, and this whole thing here, you see somehow is kind, oops, that's overshoot. Let me get a new napkin. All right, let me get a new one. Going to, it's kind of warmer. Yeah, like this, you see? It's kind of warmer, and my brush strokes are very sort of decisive, and at the same time, choo-choo, like this, you see? I don't know even, I can't even explain. It's like pa-pa. And then we have unified this whole bottom thing. What else do we have here? Anything dark on the boat? I see there is some elements like this, like this. I see some elements like in this part. Okay, and then there's kind of like a, like this. Let's put some water in. Nobody really knows what's there. Okay, so when we're done this and this, and there is a little line there. Again, I can darken this now. All right. There's numbers and signatures over there, and the window is also darker here. You see this? And we're going to pick it up there. Okay. Next, I'm going to now so red is almost dry. We're going to create this very dark blue. Okay. It still has a lot of color. It's very dark and lots of color blue. Okay, and we're going to, I think it's too much dark here, like this. 1, 2, okay, and then it's going to be 3. And if I can do dry brush, that's the way to do it. You see how we're going to do it? Look how three-dimensional, little beauty over there showing up now. Its face, and then what we have here, we have darker line, dune, 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 which turn in corner, connecting everything, and don't go there like this. Okay, so that's nice. Next, we're going to do and create a very dark green, kind of dirty dark green. You see, like brown, green. If it's not dark enough, use emergency from here, right here. This is green. Let me show you. It's green, you see? Kind of milky, dirty, dark. And that's what we're going to use right here. So there is oh, that's overshoot. What I like about this paper, you see, I can remove my overshoots easy for some reason. And I overshoot a lot because it's my style of painting like this. And so we're going to paint dry brush here, going right to the board like this. Unify this, make it like this and this. That's important. You see? Now I start and paint only now. So sometimes I know beginners, what they do is they just jump into action immediately. There is some kind of here. I like this. So it's a shame I missed this blank. I can restore it later. From this over there, we have a shadow here. By the way, I'm going to post maybe this somehow. And this painting is going to be for sale if you're interested. And if you are in You can go online, and remember that Lighthouse Art Center, I have my work on sale right now in the gallery, which you can actually purchase, obtain there. And that is, you can do it online, or better yet, just go, travel there, buy your airline tickets if you're in Europe, buy your rental car, just drive there, purchase my work, and satisfied, go home. That's all. You can buy probably a few other works too. There are lots of good works, and I know some friends who is there, friends of mine, which I'd love to purchase their work too, but I already have a lot of those. Look at this, another shadow. You see, dry brush, and boom, bam, bam. It's like a bam now, and it's like a shadow here. And there is another one right here. Look at this. We didn't lost it. It's just there. Was all the time. How about time I'm doing? Let me see. Yeah, we have half an hour. It's okay. So we're good. Ta-ta. And then like something there, you know, and then something there. Oh yeah, look at this. So, and then there is something there. You know, these boats, they have so much detail. You just abandon the whole hope to really show it the way it is. So, like this. So next one here is a shadow, and a little line here, a little line here. This one, it's still wet. Look at this, it's still wet, Florida, you know, nothing dries here really. Look at this three-dimensionality of this walkway is, I would say, unprecedented, right? And then there is something there and there, and then there is like lines there, and there is a line there, and then our muffler, never forget, right? Okay, and it's, I need kind of redder, and that is, you see, and if it's not red enough, just add a little red right here into the muffler, because it's really, really old and rusty. So ta-ta-ta-ta. Okay, what else? Am I missing on the muffler something? There is a dark line here, dun dun, dun dun, and dun dun, dun dun, and okay, so that's good. Very nice. All right, so what else here we can do? The background, I would call it done, okay? What we need to do now is, I don't know what this thing is. This kind of two triangles. I mean, if you're a boater, you might, but I suspect it's something with the fish. It's something actually probably connected to the fish thing. We can do now, look at this, abstraction of brushstroke. Abstraction of brushstroke. I want to enhance this area. Oh, yeah. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in. You see? You see? You see what I see? Okay, so good. Okay, that's good. So everything is on plan. Everything is planned as is planted. And then we're going darker. Look at this, darker brown. So it's emergency, right? And look what I do here now. Maybe pelican first. Vlad, you forgot my pelican. All I sign up is to see the way you painting the pelican, and you never actually touched it. How could you do that to me? I am out of here. Hold on for a second. Here comes the pelican. Pelican. I don't know how to paint pelicans. So yesterday I have a good friend, and she said, you saying? I said, I'm not going to paint pelicans. And so she's sending an email. Right? Right. And she like, so you pelican not? And I said, no, I pelican, but I peli won't, probably. And so you see, I didn't really hold my words, so I'm pelican. I'm doing pelicanin here. Oh, look at you, bird, waiting for your fish to drop. Oh, there's so much fish over there. They just buy loads. You see what I mean? That's a pelican. Now, but now what we need to do is I need to darken the tops. Look at this and give it a texture. Oh yeah, look at this. That's what my doctor told me to do yesterday. He said, just do this, you see? Do this and this. Just don't overdo that. And this. I have a tendency to overdo things. I will leave it like this, okay? So look at this. Incredible, incredible look like, and we need to get rid of this too. Look at this, papa. I want to make it darker. So emergency dark comes to the rescue. This is wonderful, actually, not a bad painting. Let me zoom out, I'm sorry. You probably don't see a lot. Oh, let me fix it. Let me just shut down this. Okay, I'm looking at, so zoom out. Zoom out. I just shut down my Photoshop. Look at this reflection on the water. That's what we're after, right? Not some kind of silly little effects over there. And so there is, okay, so I'm creating emergency dark. What are you talking about? Just listen to him. Some silly effects. So some effects are not silly, and some of them are silly. So where is the border between silly effects and not silly effects? And I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you, but that will be our secret, right? So look at this. This is papa, and dun. Look, and dun. And it's going to be done like this. Careful here, it shouldn't be too dark, because you see, I'm losing the boat now. So in order for us to fix this, we're gonna soften this with water. And let me see, and darken the bottom of this. It's kind of strikingly in my face. You see, I should have gone like this. Nice. Okay, next thing. I think basically one of the last things we have to actually create darker things over there. You know, let me just see. Yeah, without losing the lightness of this. I love this. Okay, for some reason. These two pelicans we pelican not. So what we're gonna do is we just create a reflection here, which is going to be into darker reflection in this area. How about that, huh? And that's the plan. Again, it's very rare when I paint without sketching first, but this is small painting. I'm not sure that, oh, by the way, the silly effects are effects which are trying to be just like photograph, you see? It's just like, look how I can do that, okay? And so it's basically, that's what I call it, a silly approaches, waste of time. But when you are after the main thing, the major thing, what's when it's happening. Okay, so we've created emergency dark here. Okay. And then we're going to, let me recreate it. This, okay, and this. So I'm recreating my emergency. I feel like it needs kind of like, you know, and it's probably going to be a bold application of things. I'm going to put my turquoise into this whole thing. Yeah, that sounds like good. Okay, and then I will probably start with synthetic. Okay, and look what I'm gonna do. Darker, 1. Darker, here, 2. And then we're going to, you see this kind of going like this way? So we're going to do this. And soften it. You don't have to really, you know, go like soften, and then I'm thinking like, the way I see the boat is, it's going to be It's going to be slightly, you see this darker here. Soften it, okay. You see, I want to create a sort of contrapposta between the light hole of the board, you see, and darker water under. That's really important for me at this stage. And so I'm creating dry brush in here, okay, nice, okay. I want to keep this bright. And then I will need a really big brush. This is my Kalinsky, pretty big one, okay. And what I'm going to do, I recreate a lot. You see these darker waves, ripples, they are going to be this darker color, okay. And it's going to be cooler, so I put a little bit indigo more in this area, okay. And load the brush and kind of remove some to create a kind of like a dry brush effect here a little bit, and make it really darker. Let me see, with this and violet. You see how much darker it is there? But it's not just blue darker, it's really more like a tone darker, you see? So, and we can create, very important to leave some from the previous this, and then we need to darken this slightly too. This brush is too big now, and I'm going to do just like this. So I think we just achieved every effect which I wanted to. And next thing is we're going to soften this slightly, okay, soften it, water, it's water. Let's get rid of this bright here, water, we don't need it, okay. And then we're going to take gouache, white gouache. How much time do we have? 15 minutes. I can start and finish a new painting actually, so relaxing. Let me have a look at your questions here, okay. But if I'm not in time, right, I can stay another hour or two, right? I mean, we don't mind. So this is kind of, like this, like this. This is silly effects, by the way. Okay, so just like in a photograph, sorry about this. All right, so what we're gonna do is, this is too dark. Let me just adjust the exposure. In reality, oops, let me just adjust this. Yeah, like this. Yeah, that's the painting. It looks too dark, but it's too wet, you know what I mean? It's gonna dry, and it's actually not that dark at all. It's kind of like this, you see? It has lots of color. When I put it like this, it looks black, but there is nothing black in it. I try to avoid blacks all the time. So I'm going take this gouache, okay? And I'm going to clean up this section of my palette, and then I'm gonna have a look at your questions. Every time I start doing these white things, I just smudge everything so much. It's like, oh God. It's like this white is all over my hands and on my shirt and everywhere. All right, so let's see. It's your chance to ask me. When additional my dark water ripples, do you try to angle lines to draw eye? I don't really angle ripples. It's just like more horizontal movement. You see what I mean? They do have like this kind of a move, but it's not really something which is really that important. This is good actually. I love it. Okay. So this gouache, okay, and then what we're gonna do, Vlad, is we're going to take a number 10 pointer, very pointy brush here. I can use my sword brush. Again, it's made by Rosemary Brushes of England. It has my name on it. And if you would like to obtain something excellent tool like this, which is very pointy but holds a lot of water, synthetic brush, it's not expensive brush, you can go to my website, or you can go to Rosemary Brushes website and find Vladislav Yeliseyev set of brushes. So we're going to put yellow ochre right here, okay? Oh, I forgot about coffee, it's cold now. Just a little bit of yellow ochre. And I'm gonna scoop this white, okay, and soften it with yellow just a little bit. You put too much of this, it's gonna dry into very dark matter, okay? So it's kind of careful, and then I remove a lot from here, from the tip of my brush. And you know, oil painters, they use it, so why we cannot? Oh, I forgot that lamp here. Let me just put a couple of, I think that lamp is kind of important. Look at this. Well, I still have like 1, 2, 3, finito. Okay. And so the whites and this, let me zoom in slightly. Oops, let's zoom out, sorry. I'm really bad operator. Okay, so we're going to put it so you could see everything. So that white, so these oil painters, they have titanium white, and our titanium white is actually the white paper. But sometimes we just overshoot, overpaint, overdo this, overdo that, and so we sometimes just have to use this kind of paint, which was graciously provided to us by watercolor manufacturers. Sometimes they would pretend that it's watercolor, but in reality it's not. It's very opaque, kind of gouache-like substance, all right? So look at this. We're going to restore very important lost highlights. Oops. Oh, it's okay. It could be like this, which makes a big difference. And I don't want to put my hand over there, but I don't know. I need to fix this. Look. All right. A little bit too clean, right? Too clinical here. And so we have a little bit of line here. It's got to be very gentle and settled. There is another one, especially on this level of against the dark. Oh yeah, beautiful. And then I think I overshoot his. Okay. And then there is kind of whiter line under. Nice. Let's clean up this slightly. What else I'm missing here? White line here. There's so many of them. Abandon all hope to even just these two most important ones, like this and this. They create like almost like ears, you know what I mean? Which is very typical for the fishermen boats over there, shrimp boats, or just, you know, fish boats. And so, and then we have what? We have this, and there is so much. There is another one like this. Look at this. I can see you. It's trying to hide from me, but there is some kind of line over there. And thin line over there. Restore this one, okay? We can actually pick up the tops of the boats which we lost in the background too. There is a, like this, don't overdo, just very careful. Just pull yourself back. When I'm doing this, I'm telling myself, pull yourself back, Vlad, and just see, do you really need it? And you know what I mean? Or what is this? This is pretty good. This is pretty good, okay? I can show you the sword brush, the way to work with sword, which is fabulous. It's supposed to be even sharper. Look at this point over there. Look, it's really, really dangerous. I injured myself so many times, you won't believe it, with this. And so I always have these band-aids when it comes to the sword brush. You know, they call it sword for a reason. And so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you from this side camera. I'm going to adjust again. It's like sun is in and out, so I'm adjusting the exposure here, loading the brush. Okay. I mean, usually I recommend my students to practice, take a scrap paper and practice working with this brush, creating dry brush lines and this and that, you know what I mean? And just take your time, don't really, again, I said if we need to stay another hour, we can do that, right? No? Okay, so, all right, we're gonna finish it. So look at this, why I put this, it's like kind of this camera, because I wanna show you actually how to use it, how to hold this brush. Where is zoom out here? You could see my hand, look. You hold it by the end like this, right above, like a helicopter, you see what I mean? My brush is perpendicular to the paper right now. So then look, we're going to look at this and see, like say, a very thin line. You see, oh, look at this. I can zoom in, you will be, it's perplexing how thin this line is. Look at this. You see this? I'm talking about this one. Wow, it's very thin by accident, to be honest with you. I don't get it every day. I need a lucky day to do that, but sometimes it happens, and I don't need really much. So you kind of like, you know, dancing around. And so what we have here is, on the background, we have quite a few, you see this? Quite a few masts over there. And so I'll just add a few lines in the background. You see, it immediately creates impression that it's a marina over there, which is very nice. It's very busy place. Another line, okay? A couple of lines there. It could be something horizontally here. A big one over there. Okay, let me see. Sword brush, right? Sword. And so so since I start working with sword brushes, I abandoned all my liners, because this brush is much more, it can do so much more compared to the, look at this, nice, compared to the liner, because especially when you're painting the trees, you can paint these branches from thin to very thick, so to speak, condition. And let me see, on a fly. So, and by accident I discovered this type of brush. I never actually knew that these brushes exist. And so, oh, by the way, there is, look at this line over there. There is a kind of, the board should be anchored with this kind of thing. And so, and that's when I discovered it. I was very happy, because it's actually resolved lots of my troubles with branching and everything, and my trees looked never better. Again, never better, never worse than, you know, ta-da-ta-ta, ta. This could be bright, look, the top of the lamp. My friends, we're basically done. We're basically at the finish line here. What's left is to sign up work, maybe later to touch it up. It's a very light key painting, very immediate. Let me go back to the top. I have this remote, look at this, is like number 2 is top view. And so, very live. And remember when we painted it, I said that don't show them that this detail, it's just something that's very important, just to create a sense of something. And I think it's better than the photograph. Look at this beautiful, easy sky, easy background. You want to be there, right? I mean, especially when you're in Hungary, in Europe. I'm sorry, you have beautiful places. I didn't intend to, but I had to say that. So come to Florida, come to us, come and you will see how beautiful. Oh, we have, my friends, I'm in Sarasota. I'm on, actually, this studio is on the west coast of Florida. Florida is very narrow finger, is going into the sort of water. On the one side is Gulf of Mexico, another is something else, I don't remember what. And it's actually a beautiful, very nice atmosphere here. And so on the west coast is also quite pretty. So, and then we wanted to do this white head. You see this pelican? Pelican do. Vladis Pelican, right? Remember? And that's it. It's just like usually it's probably the first time or second in my life I'm painting there. But when you see the fish, pelicans would be right there. All right, my friends, I need to sign it and somehow. Oh, okay, look at this one more time. Oh gosh, and then I have, while I have this dark, look at this. I think it's actually under this, it's actually a towels drying. Look, so by just adding a couple of lines, we created them in a three-dimensional manner. There is something there, okay, whatever. And then I will, with my white gouache, I will sign it right here and be done. Let me see, are we in time? Oh, 11:00. Can you repeat what type of paper you are using? My friends, the paper is, it's a German brand. It's a Hammermühl paper. Usually I have it right here in front of me because we do, I do like a, you know, like a draw for my students, so people who sign up for my paint-alongs. And Hammermühl people, they're so nice. It's American. Made in America, but this company is German, okay, and they are will send the sample to you. Just contact Marina on my website www.yeliseyevfineart.com. Ask for sample of this paper, and the Hammermühl will send it to you. It's a Hammermühl paper. This one is 140 pounds rough, beautiful paper. I no longer using arches because the glue in that paper becomes so bad. I have spots in the sky. When I don't want them, I just get rid of this anymore immediately. First I thought it's me, but then I realized it's paper, and you see how it's buttery. The sky over there, smooth butter. It's amazing what that paper is doing. Also, it's good because I can remove it, my overpaint, during like 30 seconds. I have time to clean it up, and you see the colors are staying to the colors I am putting them on. The paper is sized on the top as a kind of, as opposed to other papers, watercolor papers. They size it not only inside, but also on the top. And that creates probably that kind of smoothness. Okay, so this is called Hammermühl, but there are different types of paper over there, and this one is actually called collection. So if you see Cezanne or other type, that's probably is the same thing, because they're going to get rid of Cezanne line and stay with collection only. So go to your local store, they probably have it. Okay. Who also sells it? I know that Cheap Joe sells this. If you're in the United States, he sells this paper. It's wonderful. I never come back. I started using this paper, and this needs to be darkened, and never came back. Okay. So what else questions do we have? Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was great to have you. Let me just highlight myself and put it add a spotlight. Okay, and that's what you, let me see, did I do that? Are you looking at me? Yeah, I think this is it. Okay, so that's what me. And it was great to have you here. You can go to, again, if you nearby the Florida East Coast, if you nearby Lighthouse, You can visit the gallery. There are wonderful works over there. And Ali is going to talk right now. I'll give you a word. Ali, we don't hear you, so let me share.
Hi, can you hear me
Okay,
now?
Ali.
Hi, hi Vlad. I just wanted to say thank you so much for your wonderful and very entertaining demo. I'm sure we are all going to remember the Pelicant pun. But thank you so much, and thank you to everyone for attending. We're so grateful to have Vlad at our festival. He's such an incredible artist, and we have so many other incredible artists too. So we feel very grateful for that. We have 24 artists, including, of course, Vlad. And as Vlad mentioned, we have artwork available for sale in our gallery. That's in Tequesta, Florida, Lighthouse Art Center Gallery. Vlad just sold some work yesterday, so if you're going to come
Nice.
in, come soon because things are going fast. But we also, for people who aren't local, we have work of Vlad's and some of our other artists as well available online, and that's at lighthousearts.org/plein air. And I also shared that link to our online catalog, which links to our online store. So anything, and shipping is included in the price. The frame is included in the price. So it's a pretty great situation. And I just want to say thank you again so much for everyone. And thank you, Vlad. It's been such a pleasure. It's so good to see you and hear how your mind works when you're creating artwork. So thank you.
Thank you, Ali, and I am very honored to be invited to do a demo for you. One more time, I participated in a few paintouts in person at the Lighthouse, and it was excellently organized all the time. There is a lot of people, a lot of great food, great drinks, and atmosphere is second to none. Thank you, Ali, for doing this. Thank you very much. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.